Hey, so I thought I'd do another one of these. I know I haven't done it in a while, but that's because it doesn't need to be an everyday thing. But today is May 23rd, and we're more than a year into this. Obviously, it's like still happening. I'm wearing a mask and everything. But there are, it's like almost 10, ignore the darkness. But there are vaccines now. Um, the Pfizer and Moderna and Johnson and Johnson vaccines. Pfizer and Moderna are mRNA vaccines. That might be a question on future quizzes or whatever. They're a new type of vaccine now. They won't when whoever's looking at this is. But they're a new type of vaccine where instead of injecting dead bits of the virus into you for your immune system to attack, it replicates the most commonly used protein in the virus and teaches your immune system to attack that protein, which means that it should theoretically be effective against most variants of most, even all variants of the virus.
Basically, I'm so glad to call it.
Um, so, there was someone on the sidewalk. I don't know. Johnson and Johnson is not an mRNA vaccine. So, I'm fully vaccinated and fully protected. I got Pfizer, and for Pfizer, they recommend after your second shot, you do have to get 2 shots. You get 1 shot, and then 2 weeks later, you get the second shot, and then 3 weeks after that, you're fully protected. I'm fully protected. So are my parents and my grandparents. My brother, my brothers, and most of my friends have gotten 1 shot already. A couple of them have gotten 2. So, like, maybe we can start doing things again, because they did say, I mean, there's basically 0 chance of catching COVID if you're fully protected. I'm still wearing a mask. Everyone should still wear a mask. Although a lot of places are lifting mask mandates, and the CDC, due to external pressure, the CDC has said you don't have to wear masks if you're vaccinated. I'm still going to. I probably, and I've said this before, I'm probably going to wear masks in public for the rest of ever, and inside for at least until we reach herd immunity, which we are far, far from in the US. But like, we're gonna travel this summer because all our family will be fully protected, and I'm actually gonna travel with my friends because they'll all be fully protected too. Of course, we're going to be wearing masks, but no airlines yet or theme parks. Not that they're not open, but it's better not to, I think. I do hope that we will get to a point where we're comfortable going to theme parks and airplanes again by the end of my senior year. It's junior year currently, end of junior year, because I do want to go to Disney World one more time before I go off to university. Because, yikes, future. I don't expect anyone is actually going to watch this, which is why I'm not really watching what I say. Of course, I'm not leaving any really personal details, I don't think, but I'm not editing these. It's all stream of consciousness. The video quality is terrible. I'm sorry. iPhones hate nighttime or low light. But, do you think, if you guys in the future who are watching this, maybe for some sort of first-person perspective primary source for history class, you'll know, most likely, or be able to find out. But do you think there will be movies made about this? Because, there almost certainly have to be. Because disaster movies, I don't know, historical movies are such a big thing. There were movies about World War II and the Great Depression and the Korean and Vietnam Wars and the Cold War. Maybe not the Cold War, maybe the Cold War. I don't know. But, there must be, I would think. And I wonder how they're gonna shoot it. Are they gonna shoot it like a plague movie, like a horror plague movie? Because I gotta say, those early, month and a half, 2 months, really did feel like a plague movie. There were reports of a distant virus, and everyone just kind of laughed it off, and then the scientists were like, hey, this is serious. And we ignored them. And then it took over everything, and people were dying, and, the more I think about it, the more it's really depressing and terrifying. So I'm gonna stop that train of thought. You know what? I think the last one I was gonna talk about WandaVision. WandaVision is over. It was great. It was amazing. Go watch it if you haven't. It's on Disney Plus. For those watching this in the future, I don't know if Disney Plus still exists. Knowing Disney, it's probably going to, because Disney is eternal and is, a monopoly without actually being a monopoly, but, it owns 33% of all entertainment, which, I'm not complaining. I love Disney. And putting everything on Disney Plus makes it much easier to access everything I actually want to watch. But, that came out, right March, early March, February, early March of, this is 2021, and originally, before Corona, because the plague screwed up all of the release schedules, it was supposed to release every week, and then the week following that, there would be a behind-the-scenes, the making of WandaVision, and then the week after that would be Multiverse of Madness, the new Doctor Strange film, because, oh look, the moon, because WandaVision is supposed to lead straight into Multiverse of Madness, which is Marvel's first horror film. Apparently, though, since everything got pushed back, all the filming and everything got pushed back because of Corona, Multiverse of Madness is not coming out until 2022, more than a year after WandaVision ended. So, obviously, we're gonna have to rewatch it, but that couldn't be fun for Marvel. And their next show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or Captain America and the Winter Soldier, although not to be confused with Captain America, the Winter Soldier, the movie. Captain America and the Winter Soldier was called Falcon and the Winter Soldier until the last episode. It's about Sam and Bucky and Steve's legacy, and the legacy of Captain America. Deals really heavily with themes of race and the struggles of particularly black men in America and in the military, and how the military industrial complex in the US kinda really sucks. Screws over a lot of people. Most of them are not white. And it was a really good show. WandaVision is my favorite of the two so far, just because I like the more magic fantasy element than I do just the like, oh look, guy punches other guy, maybe an explosion kind of action movie thing. But with the themes, I do think Falcon and the Winter Soldier had the heavier hitting themes. It really should be, because they changed it to Captain America and the Winter Soldier, because spoilers, I mean, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's on Disney Plus as well. But obviously, in the end, Sam becomes Captain America, with the shield and everything. It should be called Captain America and the White Wolf, because like the whole end of it was Bucky finally getting over and doing all the reparations and stuff, and finally getting over his, well, almost over his trauma from being the Winter Soldier. And he already had the name bestowed to him by the Wakandans of the White Wolf. They should have put that in the title at the end to complete their arcs. Well, not complete their arcs, but like to add another layer, right? Loki, the next series, is coming out June 9th or 11th. There have been multiple dates, I'm not sure. Maybe that's a meta thing, because the thing is supposed to deal with screwing with time. So maybe that's a meta bit on Marvel's part, like they did with WandaVision and changing the aspect ratio of the show. But Loki is really interesting because, spoilers for the entire Infinity Saga. Loki, he dies in Endgame. So that's after, right? Loki in Thor, we meet him in Thor, he's the unloved brother, Thor's the shining star, and then Loki learns that he's adopted and is actually a frost giant. And so that's in addition to him feeling unloved and unwelcomed in Asgard, he finds out that he wasn't ever actually an Asgardian, and that leads to him striking out against his father by attacking Asgard's most precious realm under their protection, Midgard, which is Earth. And he teams up with Ronan the Accuser and the Chitauri to attack New York in the Avengers. Then, later in Thor the Dark World, he teams up with Thor to stop the Dark Elves from destroying Midgard. But then he dies. Except not really, it's a trick. When Thor finds out that it's a trick, he feels really, really betrayed, and there's bad blood between the brothers again. Then in Thor Ragnarok, shock of all shocks, Odin is a terrible father, and he dies, and surprise, there's a new sibling. There's Hela, who's their older sister, who neither of them knew about. And she went to go attack Asgard to rule Asgard. And they end up destroying Asgard and winning against Hela, so they have their brotherly love back again. Loki's gonna be a hero, except Thanos. Thanos shows up and finds the ship almost immediately and kills Loki. And then in Endgame, they go back to get all the Infinity Stones again. They time travel. And one of their alterations in the timeline allows Loki in the Avengers, after he gets locked up, to steal the Tesseract and escape. So that Loki, after Avengers, is the one that's going to be in the Loki series. He did not have all of that growth. He's still a villain. He's still a villain. He did not have all of that growth with Thor. He didn't see Asgard go up. He didn't fight Hela. He didn't fight Thanos. He didn't realize that Odin was the real problem here and not him or Thor. And he's the one who's gonna be in the Loki series. I think that's gonna be really interesting. I hope the huge theme that they explore in this one is identity. Because he's gonna be seeing a bunch of different timelines and all of the different choices he could have made and how that'll change him.